With this understanding, we can move on to the discussion of the execution of decision constructs. To understand the flow of execution, let us take up the most generic structure of this type of decision construct, which involves multiple else if blocks and an else block. The execution starts evaluating the expressions contained within the common brackets following the if keyword. If the expression evaluates to true, statements contained in the body of the if block will be executed. After executing the if block, the control jumps to the statement immediately after the control structure. If the expression following the if keyword turns out to be false, the expression contained within the common brackets following the immediately next else if block will get evaluated. If it evaluates to true, the statements within the else if block will be executed and the control will jump to the statement immediately following the control structure. On the other hand, if it evaluates to false, the expression contained in the common brackets following the next else if keyword will be executed. If it evaluates to true, the statements within the else if block will be executed and the control will jump to the statement immediately following the control structure. On the other hand, if it evaluates to false, the statements contained in the else block will be executed and the control will jump to the statement immediately following the control structure. Since else if and else blocks are optional, they may not be present in some cases. If any one of them is not present, the order of execution will be the same as discussed above. So this was all about the flow of execution of the first type of decision structures. Let us take up a small example to test your understanding. Consider this piece of code. Can you guess the output of this program? If some value is 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or any value more than 3. If some value is 0, then if block will be executed followed by the last print statement. The output will be 0, 4. If some value is 1, the else if block will be executed followed by the last print statement. The output will be 1, 4. If some value is 2, the second else if block will be executed followed by the last print statement. The output will be 2, 4. If some value is 3 or any value more than 3, the else block is executed followed by the last print statement. The output will be 3, 4 always. We have discussed the flow of execution of the first type of decision constructs. In this context, we should also note and understand certain limitations applicable to it. The first such limitation is that the common brackets following the if and else if keywords cannot be left blank. And second, they cannot contain a call to a function with void return type. Both these cases are illegal and will lead to a compile time error. In the previous example, we have seen a flat decision structure. Decision structs can be nested too. The nested blocks are governed by the same rules as discussed earlier. The concept of nested conditional blocks will become more clear with an example. The simple example find out which of the two entered number is greater. This example makes use of nested if-else constructs. The outer layer of the nested structure, which consists of a single if and else block, checks whether the two numbers are equal or not. The else block of the outer layer contains another set of if and else blocks which checks whether the first number is greater than the second number or not. You will come across a few more examples in our next video dealing with problems on decision constructs.